Good day. Thank you for joining us on Spotlight's podcast, where the world of sports meets the power of storytelling. My guest for today is Bassant El Dowaik, who is a horse riding instructor. Good morning, Bassant, and thank you for joining us today.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Yeah. What can I say? So I guess let's just get right into it. Horse riding, why?
I don't know, but when I was a little kid, I used to watch TV and I saw, equestrians and the horses
Yeah.
and people who were jumping obstacles with horses, and that was like magical to me. I'm also an animal lover, so I used to love all animals in the world.
Yes.
That in some point when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a vet, actually.
Wow, okay.
So I was crazy about horses, you can say. And, in Egypt, we have you can see horses everywhere. Even in the
Yes.
streets, you can find a horse that's dragging this cart for people who sell vegetables, things like that. You find them everywhere.
Yeah.
So when I was going to school, for example, I walk past the street, I find the horse, I just go to the horse, pet the horse, kiss them, and I used to love them very much.
Never scared of them?
No.
Okay, that's interesting. So at what age did you start riding?
I started at the age of 10 when I kept, telling my parents, I want to ride. At the beginning, they, no need. You're a girl. Do a girly thing, in the Arabic communities. Why horses? Do any other sport? Yeah. But no, I was really, attracted to them in a crazy way. So I kept insisting, I want a horse. I want to ride a horse. Then finally, they took me to the club and I started training. I started riding, and it was really the perfect and best moments for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you compete in a lot of competitions, or were there a lot of competitions for girls at that
Yeah.
stage?
We have a lot of competitions actually in Egypt. In Egypt, we have the Egyptian Federal, the Horse Egyptian Federal. They did a lot of competitions. I participated already in a lot of competitions. I got third place in endurance.
Wow.
And I joined also a lot of jumping competitions. I got first place in 2008, but it was just, I have to say it, a friendly competition. It wasn't. I did also a lot of competitions. Then I started to take it more professionally to training. I started training actually. So I was not only want to ride, I wanted to know how to train the horse himself, how to train other people.
Okay.
So I started to have my first horse at the age of 21 years. I got my first horse, and I started to just, me and the horse without any other one to interfere, started to read about them, their psychology, everything about them. Started reading, searching. I knew very interesting information about them. Then I started to apply it on my own horse,
Okay.
So it was like having a little puppy.
A big puppy.
Yeah.
A very big puppy.
But it's sort of something like that, like I used to play with my horse. It was a mare. Her name was Amar. I remember Amar means moon in Arabic. So it was white, and actually we don't have this. We don't say white in the equestrian language. We say it was an albino horse.
Okay.
Which is it has this pink skin and white hair. Actually, when she came into the sun, she was very bright, like a pearl. She was very beautiful. And I started working with her. Even I bought her when she was only 2 years old.
Okay.
So that I guarantee that no one have ever ridden her. No one has trained her. She's just, in the language of horse riding, we say green horse.
Okay.
Totally, like a baby. So she know nothing about anything, just a horse, like a wild horse. And I started like, you know, getting connections with her, playing with her, treating, you know, give her some treats. And it was, you know, like we built a very, very good connection together. So I used to call her by name and she just come to me. Also, we have this club when it was a very, very big club. The track was about 3.5 kilometers. It was divided into two parts, a sand part for racing, and there was another part that's full of grass.
Okay.
So the grooms, for example, in the morning, they get her out to the track and they just let her graze, you know, and after she finished, you know, it was her way home, you know.
Yeah.
So if I come and I don't find her in her place, I just go into the track and call her.
And she comes.
And she comes. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. What does it take to groom a horse? I mean, yes, you've done a lot of reading and stuff like that, but like for me, it's okay. I know with dogs, I'm a dog lover. So with dogs, like, you know, they start understanding you and your mannerisms and stuff. So are horses similar? Do they then get to understand your mannerisms? And how do you then work on those mannerisms to get them to do what you want them to do?
Okay. Actually, horses are very smart.
Okay.
When you're dealing with a horse, you have to understand how they think, what are their instincts, what do they love, what do they hate, you know, all of these things. Actually, horses, if we're talking about them, they, you know, basically like wild animals. So like any other wild animal, the only thing they care about is safety, to be safe. Okay. Especially they are not predators. They know they are grass eaters. So usually when there's a herd, like they pick the most strong horse among them. You know, the strongest one, the fearless. You know, so actually they start doing this by fighting, kicking each other, biting until like all animals. If you know.
The kind of survival of the fittest.
Yeah, exactly. They need the strongest one among them.
Okay.
So they start fighting together until they find the strongest horse, the most stubborn horse. This one has the characteristics of the leader, you know?
Okay.
A leader character. This leader is usually, you know, he's willing to defend his herd. He's very alert for danger. He's, you know, he cares about the weakest one. He has to have these characteristics. And at the same time, he has this, you know, like a president, you know. No other horse can approach him unless he accepts that.
Interesting.
Exactly. No, like a tribe leader. Yeah. I'm a tribe leader. No one comes to me except for example, you know, like they have a hierarchy, like ranking.
Okay.
Number one, number two, number three, until you get to the weakest one among them. So the leader has the role of protection. So all you need to do here when you're dealing with any horse is to prove that you're a leader. So if you want a horse to love you and respond to you, respect you, that's what you want. So he has to feel that you're a leader. And to do that, you have to be fearless. You shouldn't be afraid of them. You have to be strong. Of course, they are too much stronger than you. But you have to like trick them. That you tell them, I'm stronger, I'm here to protect you, so you have to obey. And to do that, simply, you have to have like a bubble around yourself.
Okay.
And you do this by free training, actually. And this is the best way, actually, to train a horse, especially a new one. You have to make him free. Let him choose to approach you.
Okay.
So you don't go and run behind him and try to hold him, try to grab him. Actually, that's totally wrong. I don't like this way when you're training a horse to have him just attached to you and you just force him to be with you. No, let him choose to be with you. That makes totally a big difference when you're training a horse.
Okay.
So usually you start for example, like a small arena, very small arena, and preferable a round pen, something very, very small. And of course, you don't do this with all horses, because some horses are really aggressive. So you have to start first, like trust trainings with them. So it has another thing. Let's say a normal horse that's not aggressive, nice. So you just put him in this arena or the paddock or the round pen, whatever. You just leave them inside, and you enter, and you don't approach. You just act like if you're another horse. So you just walk randomly. You don't look at the horse, like you don't care about him. He doesn't need to feel that you're after him. Like I'm just there, just wandering. Horses are curious,
I'm sure.
Yeah. So when he finds you inside there doing nothing, just wandering around, walking, not looking even at him, he will just, like act normal. Maybe he will run a little, walk, start looking for grass. If he doesn't find grass, he will start looking at you, then looking around, then looking back at you, and you just look at him and go look the other way and just stay away from him. Then he will start coming to you, smell you. Okay, when he does that, you can give him a treat. You can pet him, then walk away. You want him to be curious about you. You want him to come to see who's this. Later, the horse will choose to be with you when he feels like, you're not a threat, you're not a predator, you're not going to eat him. And at the same time, you're not running after him. So he starts coming to you. He starts discovering you.
Yeah.
So once this starts to, the horse is trusting you, he's not afraid of you, and at the same time, he comes, you give him a treat, like example, a carrot or something. Says, I want more. So then you start put your boundaries. So he starts to approach, but remember, you need to be the dominant horse here. So simple, you push him away. You get the idea, like waving your hand up or just go away.
So you use different signals to kind of...
Exactly. I can wave your hand up or just pushing him and go away. Like telling him, hey, this is my space.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to come unless I invite you in. So the horse starts to go, then come back. You keep pushing him away. And the horse will respect you more when you're moving his feet, You can use a whip, the long whip, but don't hit him, like an extension for your hand.
Yeah.
Like, go away, like push him away. Maybe waving it in the air, just let him stay away.
Okay.
So the horse will get it. Okay, she's a dominant horse. I should not approach unless she allows me in.
Okay.
So we usually then here start to, okay, let's trot a little. Let's exercise.
Yes.
So you start exercising the horse, like giving him a hint. Okay, start moving, go faster. So the horse starts to move, and then you stop doing anything and you just stop maybe whistling for him, calling his name if you want him to know his name. So you start calling the name. The horse starts to cool down, show him the treat, ask him to approach. Then he learns, okay, that's the leader.
Okay. What's the difference between a show jumping horse and a race horse? Is there differences?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
But actually, it's in the training. Some breeds are bred already to have this, body shape and abilities to do this thing. For racing horses, like thoroughbreds.
Yes.
Thoroughbreds. They are like a crossbred between the English horse and the Arabians.
Okay.
They are very fast, and at the same time, they have strong bodies. They make good racing horse. But of course, they need to exercise and train because like athletes.
Yes.
Because horses need to be exercised and to train, and each sport has its own rules and its own muscle building. So you need, for example, if I'm gonna use a horse for racing, he has to know that once the door is open, I have to run and I get the fastest speed I can.
Okay.
So they are trained to do that, to run from stop.
Okay.
For show jumping, it's different because you need to first teach them little dressage,
Yes.
you know, about right, left, going in circles, passing over poles, you know, to build these muscles, especially with turns, because in the jumping, you have a course that includes turns. So the horse needs to be very flexible on both sides, right and left. You should be able to turn right, turn left, go in circles, things like that. Then it comes to the, exercising the height of the jump. So yeah, it takes a lot of work.
I'm sure it is. It sounds very interesting. But you've been 29 years in this industry.
I've been now, since I started riding, we can say I've been 29 years riding.
Yeah.
And I started training in 2008. So that means 16 years of instructing, to work as an instructor. That's a lot.
Are there a lot of women instructors, whether it's
yeah.
Egypt or here in the UAE?
Actually, in Egypt, you will not find a lot of Egyptian ladies instructors.
Okay.
Maybe more Europeans.
Okay.
Because maybe of the culture and...
Yeah.
But in Egypt now started to have a lot of female riders.
Okay.
But instructors, no, very few instructors that I know. For on the other hand, in the the European culture, no, you find a lot of ladies instructors. Actually, they are more than men.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And how's it been? Your journey here. Let's talk about your journey since you've moved from Egypt to here. With the horse riding instructing. My apologies.
I didn't get it.
Like, how has that been for you? Like, do you find it easier to
How
work?
did I start?
Yeah.
Actually, I started, as I told you, I had my first horse. I didn't think about being an instructor,
Yeah.
I just wanted to be like a horse rider and show jumper and to go just to compete and get medals and things like that. Then one day I was in my club after I completed training my first horse, and she was a very good horse because she, because it was like a very strong bond and very strong friendship between me and her. So
I know your eyes sparkle when you talk about your first horse.
Yeah, because always. Because I spent a lot with her, and I was the first one who trained her, so it was like magic, really like magic. That's I remember this horse when I was pregnant. I used to put little kids on her and just literally sit in the middle of the arena and just I tell her, okay, Amar, you know what you're doing, trot, Amar, and she starts to trot. Okay, stop. She stops by just sounds, by vocals. I tell her the order and she just responds. And the kid knows nothing,
Yeah.
like they're still learning. So by vocals, she just do whatever I ask her. Even now, when jumping, I used to make her jump without even riding her.
Yeah.
So that was, So I was just as normal, riding her, training her, sometimes playing with her. And then a little kid came to me and asked me, I want you to teach me, and I told him, okay, why not? Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And I started teaching him, and then he brought his friends, and they wanted to learn, and I started teaching. Then I liked it,
Yeah.
I had a lot of riders, coming, and they just come to me. Other people were there, and men. Because in the club, I was the only lady who started teaching, and it all came by coincidence. Other men were, and I had, my own technique, when I started teaching kids, and so when other people saw, or other trainers, when they saw that kids leave them and they come to me, like.
Okay, and how did that go down?
Actually, it ended up by banning me from training in the club.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, actually, they banned me from entering the arena. If you want to train, go train in the track.
So what did you do?
I trained in the track.
Wow.
Yeah, I got my own obstacles.
Yeah.
I made them. I went to a carpenter. I told him I want you to do me some obstacles at the poles and everything, and did everything for me. And there was a part in the arena that was away a little, and I started to train there, and people kept coming to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's interesting actually. But good on you for saying, look, I'm not going to stop what I love. I'm going to
Yeah, I
continue
didn't
doing it.
stop.
I'll find
Actually,
a way.
they were really fighting me so hard.
Yeah.
But later, like when your name starts to shine, and other people come and ask you, we want you to train our horse,
Yes.
we want you to
Yes.
train our kids, and then I had an opportunity to train in Cairo because I actually live in Alexandria. It was in Egypt. Yeah. I had an opportunity to train in Cairo in the Armed Forces Club, and I definitely said yes. Okay.
But like mentally, how do you deal with that? I mean, you find a lot of women in sport go through. It doesn't matter what it is, but there's always something that or there's always an obstacle that then comes in, and like you were told, get out. We
Yeah,
don't want
exactly.
you here.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that? Because I mean, at times you sit there and you look at yourself and you say, maybe it's me, maybe I like, or am I too strong? Am I in the wrong place? Am I, you know?
Actually, look, I know this is the thing I loved.
Yes.
And I wasn't gonna give it up easily, so you don't want me to train inside? Okay. I told my riders I can't go, and they told me because I was a member in the club. So they told me, you can ride, but you don't make anyone ride. No, you don't train, just ride. So, okay, simple. The track is free for everyone.
The track it will be.
Yeah, the track it will be. Actually, it was not very safe, to train in the track because the track is open. It's not an arena, a closed arena with lines and fences. It was open. So it wasn't very safe to do this. But I was trusting my horses,
Yes.
because I know how I trained them. I trained them very well to be
Yes.
really attached to me. So when I started my training and my exercise, the horses were just, they don't want to go away from me. They want always to stay where I am until I finish my lesson. Then I remove the saddle and I just let them eat grass and let them feel happy. So, and that was the key. I have a happy horse who doesn't want to go away from me. So I can train anywhere.
That's good.
So and the kids actually were very, very enjoying it. Yes. Okay, the track will be. So I started there. Yeah, I started there, and even when I went to Cairo to start training in the armed forces, I had already my own horse. It wasn't the first horse because the first horse was already sold. Someone came and they wanted to buy her by.
Yeah.
Actually, and I had other horses in that moment, and okay, I sold her. And then I had, at this time when I moved to Cairo, I had a horse who came to me, and this horse was having like behavioral problems, like biting and attacking people. He was mistreated before, but I know how to fix this.
Okay, and you fixed him.
Yes, I did. Actually, I remember a story, but a horse before that one, the one that I got the third place with. That horse, when I bought him, actually, it has a nice story because I had a kid who was training with me. Okay, and he was training on the first one I had. Then later, he wanted to buy his own horse. I told him, okay, let's find a good horse. So we started, searching. All I look about is good height, good legs, strong legs, good health, and I don't care about the behavior because I know how to fix that.
Yeah.
Because any horse that bites or kicks or does any problem, it's usually because of mistreated, and he just wants, to be the dominant horse. So you have to show him you're the boss.
Yes.
Then you start taming the horse.
The horse
It takes
again.
about from 2 to 3 months to do that.
Okay.
So I saw that horse, and it was perfect, you know, good height, very high horse, very strong. You see the wide chest full of muscles. Perfect, you know. So I told him, okay, let's put him inside the round pen and see how he moves, if there's any injury in the legs or something. I started moving him. Once I held the whip in my hand, the horse actually spooked. He ran away and he jumped over a fence that was about 170 centimeters. I dropped the whip and I just looked like this. You know, I was, what? I won this horse. A very, very perfect jump.
Yeah.
He escaped, of course, and he injured himself that
Yeah.
time. And I told him, look, buy this horse, but leave him with me just 2 months. Don't ride him.
Yeah.
Let me fix him because he needs to be, you know,
Yeah.
to be tamed because he's spooked really hard and he can hurt someone. So let me tame him first. So, you know, he bought the horse, but he didn't like the idea that he will not ride for 2 months. Why do I buy a horse and don't ride for 2 months?
Yeah.
So he just took the horse and went to another trainer. I said, it's okay, no problem. They will not fix him. Because
Yes.
I know that, you know, most of the trainers, they don't do these
Yes.
methods. So actually every time he rode the horse kicked him off, bucked him off, didn't accept any rider on his back. Then later I knew that he exchanged it for another mare. And this horse was sold to someone who has also kids who couldn't ride this horse. And then they were just wanted to give him away or sell him with any price to anyone. Once I heard that, I just went quickly and bought that horse. Because I saw the potentials in him.
Yes.
When I bought this horse, all people around me, they told me, you are crazy.
But you went ahead.
Yeah, you're crazy. Why do you have such a horse?
Yeah.
You're not going to get any benefits of it.
But you did.
I did. I got 3rd place.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I kept, you know, I just 2 months with him, and I started to put 5-year-olds on him. And it was a stallion. Stallions are the hardest horses ever because they have these hormones, and when they see mares, they go crazy. I stopped him. I remember when I was entering a competition, I stopped him between 8 mares, and I was sitting on him. And he couldn't dare to look at any mare or to rear or to do anything. Just very nice and
calm.
Yeah.
Bassant, thank you so much. I could speak horses with you all day. I really could speak horses with you all day, but it's been very interesting. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
having a sit down with me and just, you know, discussing your journey and your love for horses. I love the way your eyes sparkle when you start speaking about horses and the things that you do with them. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.